my cold calls, I used to fear cold calls a lot. I used to have a retching like stomach pain sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I was making cold calls, and it was really, really not a pleasant feeling. And I reached out to you and I said that my cold calls aren't going too well, and you know, you stayed with me pretty much at the end of work every day, going through everything, listening to my call calls with me there side by side, even though helping me kind of push through that anxiety and pain. And after a while, it kind of just clicked with me, where where basically I kind of got over that fear. So you're pushing me, and you knew you had to just push me through all this, like, and like, you know, it was like a, you know, a football coach kind of pushing you as hard as you can, pushing you to your, like, you know, even your mental limit with kind of these things. And then once you start to see the results, that's when you can like stepping back and you're like, you know, you know, to do that sort of reinforcement, and that reinforcement with some praise as well, which is super helpful for, you know, continuing on that path. And now, like, I actually just love cold calls. I get super excited from it. Before, I think I was just emotionally connected to the outcome, which, you know, you helped me break through by pushing me through that.
If you imagine other SDRs, BDRs, and they're thinking about, you know, should I reach out for help? Should I, you know, get coached? What would you say to them?
Definitely do it. Because well, like, it depends on the team and that you're in and things like that. But yeah, I think, you know, an SDR position is not like any other position. You can get away with being unorganized in a lot of other positions, but with an SDR position, it's really just like execution. You know, you're like a striker for a football team. You know, you have to just, like, you gotta shoot, you gotta bring home the goods, you know. And yeah, like, I think that there's just so many things to this job. It's not just like, oh, you're writing an email and you're making a cold call. Like, what lies behind just writing an email and the cold call is just so much more. Like, you have to have really the mindset, and you have to, the perspective of even the customer, which all things that need to be taught and need to be sort of like rehearsed left, right, and center all the time. And you know, going through that alone is it's a pretty difficult experience. And I was doing that for a while, and it was getting me down until, like, you know, I asked you for help, and then that's where things really started to excel for me. So 100%, I think that everyone needs some sort of mentor in sales, and or else you won't kind of become, you know, the you know, where you won't get where you want in this career unless you have someone that's better than you teaching you the ways, essentially. So it's yeah.